Alright, let's start tying this Silver Bullet Baetis. So I've got a 16 jig hook in the vise. This is a 3mm bead. You could silver tungsten bead that's slotted. You could use any size of bead you like to accommodate the weight that you would like. So if you're fishing this fly as a dropper below dry, you might drop this down to a 2.5. If you're fishing it as an anchor fly, you might go up to a 3.5. 3 is the most common, or a 2.8 or a 3mm bead are the most common sizes I use on this particular fly. So I've got that silver bead on the hook. Then we're going to use some light olive thread. This is UTC 70 denier light olive. Get that thread started. And then I'm going to add some Coque de Leon for a tail. This is nice speckled stuff. The real deal, straight from Spain. Grab a few fibers of it for the tail. Capture it with the thread, tie it all the way forward so I don't have a bump at the back end. I'm going to get rid of the excess, and then we're going to tie in some wire. This is sculpin olive wire in brassy size from UTC. And I'm going to slide the wire right in the back of the slot to kind of hold it in place, and then I like to tie the wire straight down the back of the hook. And you want to end with your thread wrapping over it just barely shy of your tail. And I'm using this nice thread that widens out that will cover to basically cover up the wire tie-in. And you don't want to go all the way to the tail, because if you do, your first wrap will make this tail material get pushed around to the side. So because I'm short of it just a bit, I can make a full turn around and not destroy the nice even tail. Then I'm just going to space the ribbing through the fly up to the bead, capture it with the thread, tie it off, do the old helicopter wire trick. A couple more to hold it in place. Okay, next up we're going to use some resin, just some UV resin. Doesn't take much of this. In fact, this is under pressure apparently, so it's got more than I need. But the nice thing about this is you can kind of move it around your fly. I'm going to get just a touch more on there. But if you get too much, it blots off pretty well. I've still got a little more than I want. I just want enough on there to kind of seal the thread. And then I'm going to hit it with the light. Uh-oh, I've got one pesky little guy right about there. I trimmed him down a little but didn't get rid of it altogether. That's going to drive some of us nuts. But that's okay, the fish won't care. So I'm going to set it with the UV light. And then the last step is to get a little bit of peacock black ice dubbing. And this doesn't take very much. This is another one of those less is more. I've just got a tiny pinch on the macro. It always looks like a lot. That would be a lot. I just took about this much. There's not very much on there. To make a really, really sparse thorax with this peacock black ice dubbing. Right behind the bead. I even wrapped through it with the thread a couple times just to give it a little more durability. And then just give it a whip finish. And if you're a little worried about some of these longer dubbing fibers like I sometimes am, you can come in and just give them a haircut. That is it. A really, really simple, sparse, dense fly. Sinks really fast, really, really durable, really quick and easy to tie. Silver Bullet Baetis.